Thank you.
But Miss Kennebrew, before we go, like, all right, they had set a new date. It's November the 21st is the last night of night court.
That's what we heard.
Yeah, but they're gonna have some days during the day kind of sprinkled in there. So if y'all need something, because some of these haven't been in to their last bond hearing date was before, within probably 45 days. So if y'all got some that have been there a long time, you gotta let Mr. Dukes know so he can get those on the calendar. Else I don't know when you'll get on the calendar.
Okay, that's fine. Can I get the indictment number for Mr. Pyatt?
Let's see. Let's see.
One of them is 24 SC 005285, the one to Dunaway, and that's the ag assault, simple battery, and 2 cruelties. The other one is 24 SC 005376, the ag assault, battery, family violence, willful obstruction, cruelty in the first, cruelty in the third. That's Swall.
For P-Y-A-T-T?
Wait a minute. Which person are you saying? Jury or Wyatt?
No, Pyatt.
Pyatt.
It's 24 SC 005.
Oh, Pyatt. I thought she was saying Wyatt. 240.
Okay,
3376. No. I was doing Wyatt. You're saying Pyatt.
005173.
005173. Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Ingram.
You guys as well.
Thanks. Hey, Miss Winfrey, are you here for Jose Gallegos Rangel?
No, Judge, I'm here for position 9.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, everybody. When we call your name, you need to wave at me so we'll know who you are. Okay, you got to wave at us so we'll know who you are, Madam Interpreter. It's Korean, am I correct?
Korean, yes, Your Honor.
Korean. Okay, so we'll take this one first, so you can be on your way.
Sure, thank you, Your Honor.
I've got Young Suk Lee. Oh, Madam Interpreter, you swear or affirm you'll translate from English to Korean, Korean to English to the best of your knowledge, skills, and abilities.
I do.
All right, so it's Young Suk Lee.
예, 영숙 리님 계세요?
24PI.
예, 케이스 넘버가 24PI
000489.
000489.
280 days without indictment.
예, 지금 기소되지 않고 280일 동안 지금 좀 구속된 상태이죠.
As of August 21st, there's a $66,000 good bond.
예, 이 8월 21일에 66,000불 보석금 책정이 됐었어요.
Let's see. Miss Murray, are you waving sounding or? All right, waving sounding. I think she knows the 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, tell her they're CWAC cases. I think she knows the charges, so tell her they're CWAC, CWAC.
CWAC.
She knows what the charges are, but they're waving sounding.
CWAC가 본인 기소된 거래요. 그게 뭔지 아신다고 하네요. 아세요?
글쎄, 저는 집에 있는데 어렸을 때 옛날에 차지된 게 그게 다 디스미스 때인데 다시 저걸 갖다가 어렸을 때 해가지고 위차지.
So, Madam Interpreter, I'm not sure what she's saying. And I'm pretty sure that Ms. Murray doesn't want her to say anything.
Oh, okay.
So
이건 아무 말도 하지 말고 그냥 듣고 계시래요.
I'm kind of just guessing because I'm going to put her back on mute. That way she can't. All right. So she just wave sounding of the charges. All right.
In regards to Miss Lee. Oh, I forgot I needed to be interpreted. I was going to go real fast.
Yeah.
FTA hold in Lawrenceville 5/23/24.
예, 지금 로렌스빌 52324 2024년 5월 23일에 로렌스빌에
2 cycles in Ohio.
그다음에 또 오하이오에서 2번.
1 in Texas.
텍사스에서 1번.
8 in Louisiana for similar Well,
루이지애나,
consultation,
루이지애나에서 또 8번,
5 in Georgia,
조지아에서 5번,
and 2020 conviction for somewhat light charges.
그 다음에 2020년도에 또 무슨 유죄 선고 받으신 게 있었어요. 이거랑 비슷한 거.
For keeping a place, put it that
Okay.
way.
매춘 장소 제공? 이런 걸로 유죄 선고 받으셨어요.
Nothing further.
Go ahead, Miss Murray. And don't forget about
Thank
it,
you,
Miss Murray.
Your Honor. Sorry, I'm working out without my second monitor, so.
That's okay. That's all right.
Miss Lee is 73 years old.
지금 미스 리는 73세이고요.
Prior to her incarceration, she had a good address residing in Norcross, Georgia.
지금 구속되기 전에 노크로스 조지아에서 살고 계셨고요.
And she's resided in Georgia for over 10 years.
조지아 주에 10년 이상 사셨습니다.
At this point, Miss Lee has been in custody for 279 days.
지금 오늘까지 279일 동안 지금 감금 상태이시고요.
So we are asking for a bond reduction, but even more so, we are hoping that the state will just indict this case.
네, 지금 보석금을 줄여달라고 요청을 하는 겁니다.
Miss Lee has her health has been steadily declining since she's been in the jail.
네, 지금 이제 구치소에 감금되시고 난 이후서부터 계속 건강 상태가 지금 악화되고 있어서요.
This is an elderly person, and based on the decline we've seen over the almost year we've been visiting her, there is a high risk that she could die in jail if not eventually released.
네, 그래서 지금 연세가 많으셔서 지금 거의 1년을 이렇게 지금 계속 구치소에 다니면서 미스 리를 보셨는데 지금 이분이 보셨대요. 근데 지금 건강 상태가 너무너무 악화돼서 지금 석방시키지 않으시면 잘못하면 구치소에서 사망할 수도 있다고 얘기하네요.
We have filed a speedy trial demand.
예, 그래서 지금 신속 재판을 신청을 했습니다.
And I have reached out to ADA Winfrey about, when the case might be indicted.
예, 그래서 지금 이 케이스를 빨리 대배심에 지금 재판에 회부해 달라고 요청을 했습니다.
But there has been no indication that the state is going to be indicting this case very soon.
예, 지금 근데 빠른 시일 내에 주 검찰에서 이 케이스를 지금 빨리 대배심에 회부시킬 것 같이 보이지가 않습니다.
It seems that there are many moving parts and possibly multiple co-defendants, but Miss Lee should not be punished while further investigation takes place.
예, 그래서 지금 이제 여기 연관된 다른 피고인들이 많이 있어서 이것 때문에 지금 이렇게 오래 걸리는데 그거를 기다릴 시간이 없이 빨리 신속 재판을 해달라고 요청했답니다.
We are asking for a significant reduction in bond given the circumstances.
그래서 지금 이런 상황을 다 고려해서 보석금을 지금 산조하게 많이 줄여달라고 신청했습니다.
We'd ask for an overall bond not to exceed $20,000.
그래서 전체 보석금 2만 불이 넘지 않도록 줄여달라고 요청했습니다.
Go ahead, Miss Winfrey.
Your Honor, the state does not object to a reduction in bond in this case.
예, 지금 주 검찰에서는 지금 이 보석금 줄여주는 거에 대해서 이의를 제기하지 않겠습니다.
I'm happy to speak to Miss Murray, but I've not received any correspondence from her about this case.
예, 그래서 지금 국회의원 미스 머리한테 연락을 취했는데 연락이 안 왔었어요.
And she is correct about all the moving parts, but the state does not object.
What are you wanting the bond to be? What was Miss Winfrey?
예, 지금 이제 주 정부에서 지금 여러 피고가 이 사건에 얽혀 있기 때문에 오래 걸리는 거는 맞대요. 근데 보석금 줄이는 거에 대해서는 이의가 없대요. 잠시만 기다리세요.
Your Honor, we have no objection to the reduction as to count 2 to be reduced to a let's see, it's 30 at a $10,000 bond for that one, and also count 4 as a $10,000 bond for that one. And we ask the other counts to remain the same.
지금 이제 기소조항 항목 2번 만불 보석금이고 기소조항 4번도 만불 보석금 책정이 됐고 나머지 기소조항들은 다 그대로 유지된답니다.
And with all of the same conditions outlined in the bond order.
네, 그다음에 그 보석금 조건은 똑같은 조건으로 유지되고요.
All right. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no replicas of weapons.
네, 지금 이제 술이나 마약이나 사용하시면 안 되고 그다음에 무기도 절대 사용하시면 안 됩니다.
Stay away from 1195 Grimes Bridge Road in Roswell, Georgia.
예, 그다음에 1195 Grimes Bridge Road, 라스벨, 조지아 여기에 가시면 안 됩니다.
No further contact with her co-defendant, Moo Soon Lee.
예, 그다음에 다른 피고 무슨 리 이분하고 연락하시면 안 됩니다.
Madam Court Reporter, that's M.O., middle name S-O-O-N, last name L-E-E.
예,
It cannot operate any massage parlors.
예, 그다음에 마사지 팔러를 운영하실 수 없습니다.
No social media.
예, 그다음에 SNS 계정을 가지실 수 없습니다.
She's going to have a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, and medical.
그다음에 24시간 통행 금지가 있고요. 법정이나 병원 이런 데만 가실 수 있습니다.
No further contact with Maria Isabel, I-S-A-B-E-L, last name Algria, A-L-E-G-R-I-A, Hernandez. Maria Isabel Algria Hernandez.
예, 그다음에 마리아 이사벨 아그리아 헤난데스 이분하고 연락하시면 안 됩니다.
No further contact with, I think it's Damali, D-A-M-I-L-I-E, Disuarez, D-I-S-U-A-R-E-Z, last name Milan, M-I-L-A-N.
예, 그다음에 디밀리 디스토리스 밀란 이분하고도 접촉하면 안 됩니다.
And she'll have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew.
그다음에 24시간 통행 금지가 적용됩니다.
A reminder, the only way she can leave her house is if she has a court appearance, meet with her lawyer, or attend medical appointments.
네, 지금 이제 바깥에 나가실 수 있는 시간은 법정에 가는 시간, 변호사 만나는 시간, 그다음에 병원에 가는 시간 이때만 바깥에 나갈 수 있습니다.
So I got 5,000, 10,000, 1,000, and 10,000.
네, 지금 이제 보석금이 5,000불, 10,000불, 1,000불, 10,000불 이렇게 합쳐야 됩니다.
Best of luck to you, ma'am. Tell her thank you and she can leave.
그래서 26,000불 보석금이고요. 예, 지금 앞으로 행운을 빌겠습니다. 안녕히 계세요.
Miss Murray, I'll put that in my email tonight. Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
Thank you for using our service.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. Bye-bye.
Okay. Do I have Tyrell Lee?
Your Honor, that concludes my business with the court. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Have a good evening.
Thank you, you too.
All right. Tyrell Lee, position 8, 24 PI 005321, 93 days without indictment. Right now, there's a consent bond order on August 16th for $4,000. Possession of Schedule 1 controlled substance, possession of tools for a crime, identity fraud, giving false name, address to law enforcement officer, criminal trespass. He had 25.3 grams of Xanax, and he had a fake lease where he lived. So it was a fake writing. Wow.
Georgia 5th 18 cycles, judge, possession of meth, 2 counts, purchase, manufacture, and sale, 21, history of probation violations, FTA, and 21 and 19. Currently on probation for purchase, manufacturing, sale, distribution. And meth sentence in 2021 for 10 years out of Newton. Nothing further.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Gerber.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Thank you. Mr. Lee is 34 years old. He has been living in Fairburn, Georgia. As you heard, he is currently on probation out of Newton County, and so he is facing a he does have a hold that's keeping him in right now. That is a probation hold. So he is not going to be directly released, although there was a consent bond in place just over a month ago, about 40 days now. The people he thought were going to be willing to assist him with making that just don't have the funds, from my understanding. And so we are requesting a reduction down, essentially so that he can go and address his matters in Fairburn, and then ultimately defend against this case from the outside, Your Honor. This is a non-violent case. I heard that the last FTA was in 2021. He's a high school graduate. And so I do believe that he will be able to maintain employment. Given that there is not an indictment that we can proceed on, we would ask Your Honor to reduce the total bond down to a $2,000 total amount so that he can make that bond and be picked up by Newton County.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Jenkins. No, you're on mute, Mr. Jenkins. You're on mute, Mr. Jenkins. I'm sure what you said was.
Thank you, Judge. That would be important. Sorry, everyone. Your Honor, essentially, haven't heard anything that would suggest a reduction in this case or change in circumstances. However, we will leave it in your discretion in this case regarding the reduction request, Judge. Thank you.
All right, so I'll do 1,250, 1,500, and 500. Stay away from 3360 Hagar Way in East Point. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no replicas of weapons. No further contact with Ryan Stanford, Stanford, Patrick Anthony, Anne, Anne, Stephanie Abdulai, Abdulai, last name Saaka. No further contact with P as in Paul, Y as in Yankee, Gaines, Gaines, Jamario Garrett, Christopher Bentley, or Jamaria, I said Jamaria and Jamario, Jemario, and Jamaria, Jamaria Garrett. Best of luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, ACDC. Thank you. All right, let's see. So, Johnny Mathis, are you finished?
Yes, that concludes my business. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, so we got Mr. Dobbs here. Where's Mr. Dobbs? Yeah, we got Dominique Jett.
I'm sorry. Did you just call Johnny Mathis, Your Honor?
Well, I thought Dominique Jett was waiving his presence, but it looks like
he is.
It looks like
Judge, Dominique Jett showed up?
You Dominique Jett? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Position 6, 24 PI 005224, Dominique Jett, 95 days without indictment. There was a $10,000 split bond with the UJR jail and a $10,000 as of August the 13th on use of communications facility and committing a crime, VGCSA, possession of controlled substance in Schedule 1 or 2, that's 2.5 grams of alleged MDMA. Possession of controlled 2 substances, possession of controlled 2 substances, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony.
In regards to Mr. Jett, 18 cycles in Maryland, FTA in 2016, burglary in 2014, illegal possession of firearm in 2008, two other felonies there. He has a old hold out of Baltimore from 2018, Georgia, 14 cycles, simple battery, family violence in 2018, ag assault in 2017, terror threats and simple assault, family violence in 2017, hold in 2020, history of probation violation. He's on probation for firearm by a convicted felon first offender, 19 SC 172625, sentenced in 2019, 1 year confinement, 4 years probation. Nothing further.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Dobbs.
Thank you, Judge. So there was only one FTA listed through all those cycles, indicating that Mr. Jett is a good candidate to return to court and likely to return to court. We all know that the primary purpose of bond is to ensure that, not to be punitive towards Mr. Jett or anybody. Mr. Jett is 40 years old. If released, he would reside on South McDonough Way in Jonesboro with his girlfriend Yasmin Gay. He's lived in the metro Atlanta area for 12 years after moving here from Baltimore. He is a high school graduate. He has two kids who well, it says 3 on my sheet, but then I have two. Oh, wait, hang on. Now I got it now. He's got two 10-year-olds and one 23-year-old. So 3 kids total, all of which live locally. So he does have strong ties to the area. We understand that there is some violent history for Mr. Jett. However, these charges that we are here for this evening are non-violent, non-theft related offenses, Judge. We ask the court to consider that. Mr. Jett, to this point, has been in jail for 95 days. He does have a aggregate bond of $10,000, which he has not been able to make. We are going to have to get bail assistance for Mr. Jett, and we do have a fixed address and 2 local references, which we can submit to the bail project. And another thing that the bail project considers is FTAs, but his last one reported from pretrial was 8 years ago, so we don't think that's going to be a problem there. He's, of course, legally innocent, presumed innocent of all these charges. The state has done nothing to take that innocence from him in the way of indicting it. So, Judge, for all of those reasons, I'm going to ask for a reduction on. I'm going to ask for a reduction from $2,000 to $1,000 on the possession of controlled substance with intent to distribute the 2 firearm charges, and then I'm going to ask for a reduction on both possession of Schedule 2s from $2,000 to $500. So that would be a total of $4,000, $1,000 on the VGCSA with intent to distribute, $1,000 on each gun charge, $500 on each Schedule 2. He has a UJR currently on the use of phone in commission, so we're not worried about that. So I'm asking for a reduction to $3,500 aggregate. Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Jenkins.
Briefly, Judge, state submits there have been no facts submitted that would warrant a reduction, no change in circumstances in this case, Judge. And so we request that you deny defense counsel's motion in this matter. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no replicas of weapons. Stay away from 5115 Old National Highway in College Park. Stay out of Fulton County, sir. The only reason you come back to Fulton County is court or to see your lawyer. You do not stop and get gas. Bring snacks from Clayton County. Get gas in Clayton County. Don't run out of gas in Fulton County. All right, you're going to have a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, and medical. So I'll leave it at UJR 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 2, and 2. UJR jail 1,000, 1,000, 2, and 2. Best of luck to you, sir.
Judge, I'm sorry. Does that cover all charges?
Yes, it does.
What's the aggregate? Because I thought I heard one that would be missing. I'm sorry.
So it's UJR jail 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 2, and 2.
3, 1,000s and 2 2,000s. Got you. Thank you,
Yes.
Judge Mack. Please be excused.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. Thank you, Bogle.
Thank you.
All right, now we got Johnny Mathis. Wave your hand, Mr. Mathis, so Ms. Murray can see. All right, so it's position 7, Johnny Mathis, 24 PI 005168, 113 days without indictment. As of August the 12th, there's a $15,000 good bond on 1 count of aggravated assault.
Michigan 1 cycle that was dismissed, 30 cycles here, been in custody 7/4/24. Death by taking misdemeanor in 2011. Other burglaries are from, not burglaries. Well, there is another burglary. History, felonies, two are from the 90s, nothing further.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Murray.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Mathis is 57 years old. He's resided in Georgia his entire life, and he does have family here, including his daughter. He has a good address residing in Atlanta, Georgia, residing with his uncle. Your Honor, Mr. Mathis has been in custody 98 days. The alleged aggravated assault here, Mr. Mathis also received pretty serious injuries in that incident. He has a scar on his back from the incident. And as you'll see in the warrants, the object of the aggravated assault was, I believe, a pipe or something of that nature, but not a firearm or a knife. So we'd ask that the court take that into consideration. As pretrial noted, any felony conviction history is extremely old, and I don't believe that Mr. Mathis has any violent felony history. So we don't believe that he is a danger to the community or that he's at risk of committing a felony while out on bond. Your Honor, while being in the jail, Mr. Mathis has been attacked. He was unfortunately hit in the face while he was at ACDC, and I believe his tooth went through his lip. He now needs surgery for that incident, which he has not yet been able to receive while being in the jail. So he needs additional medical attention that he can receive outside of the jail. Your Honor, we'd ask if the state had any victim contact. At the last hearing, I don't believe there had been any victim contact. But my understanding is that perhaps the alleged victim in this case were homeless, and I don't think that there's any reason to believe that Mr. Mathis would have any contact with them. These are not people that he knows, so there would be no issue staying away from them, and there would be no risk of intimidating any witnesses in this case. So we would ask for a reduction in bond to $5,000 on the one count of aggravated assault.
6 North, booth 3, stop playing with your hair. Stop touching your hair. 5 North, booth 1, stay upright and seated. Has there been any victim contact, Ms. Rhodes?
Not since the last time there've been a hearing.
All right, go ahead.
Judge, though, as I will state again, no facts that have been submitted that would require or warrant a change in circumstance that we would support a reduction in bond, Judge, in this case. And so we request that you deny defense counsel's motion in this matter. And we certainly will try to expedite the indictment in this case as much as possible. But he already has a bond. It's $15,000, and we think it's proper. Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Mathis, thumbs up or thumbs down? Are you going to live in Fulton County? No, thumbs up or thumbs down? Are you going to live in Fulton? All right. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no replicas of weapons. You're going to have a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, and medical. Stay away from 639 Morosco Drive, Northeast in Atlanta, Georgia. You have an address where he's going to live? Because he had a Riverdale address listed.
Your Honor, the address that I have is 1900 Perry Boulevard.
All right. All right. No further contact with Horatio Torres, Horacio Torres, Torres. $13,000 good bond. Best of luck to you, sir. You can leave the booth. So did Jia Wyatt come in here? So Mr. Wyatt, both your cases have been indicted. So they're still in, you still have both of them are in no bond status, okay? And Mr. Showalter he's here. He'll probably tell you, wait, one's assigned to Judge Ingram, right?
Yeah,
That's correct,
I got
Your Honor.
both cases.
Yeah, so both of them have been indicted, sir. So you'll probably get a new attorney assigned to you. Mr. Showalter will have them get in touch with you. You can leave the booth, sir. Thank you.
And Your Honor, that concludes my business for today. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Larry
you.
Robinson. All right, so we got position 1, Bostic 24, PI 005465, 88 days without indictment, no bond as of July 30th on ag assault, battery, family violence, subsequent conviction or prior forcible felony conviction, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, theft by taking felony, criminal damage to property, and battery on a female who's pregnant.
Hold for probation violation 1124 out of Decatur, also 1924 for an FTA, and then a carjacking 11724 out of Township, 9 cycles out of Georgia, battery, family violence in 18 and 2020. He's on probation out of Newton for burglary, criminal damage to property, act of stalking, sentence 2/23/21, 3 years confinement, 10 years probation, nothing further.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Showalter. Where will he live?
His address is 3378 Greenbrier Parkway, Southwest, apartment 10202, Atlanta, Georgia 30331.
All right. Go ahead.
So he is 24 years old. The address given, the complainant does not reside there. Krista Calhoun, she resides elsewhere. Larry Robinson, he has 2 children. He's got a GED. He was working part-time security and also part-time at a Wendy's. Okay, yeah, here it is. So I was in contact with Krista Calhoun.
Looks like she's online now, Mr. Showalter.
Oh, well, I mean, I got my notes from when we last talked.
Okay.
I did not call her to be a witness. I just planned on reading it off here.
Oh, go ahead.
So, what I was told by her is that she is not opposed to a bond, that they have a baby together. She does not fear for her safety from him. And she would like him to have a bond and be released. So right now, yeah, we're going to be hitting that 90-day mark statutorily. He should be getting a bond, and I would be asking for it to.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Showalter. I missed there were 2 cases. There was also 24 PI 005472, no bond as of July 30th, and that's the battery family violence. Another battery family violence subsequent or prior forcible felony conviction.
Yeah, I was about to read the suggested bond amounts for that one, 5,000, and for 24 PI 005465. I would be asking for the court to not exceed 10,000 total on it.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Jenkins.
Thank you, Judge. Briefly, I understand that the defendant has been in jail 88 days, and so the state's requesting that his bond be continued at no bond until he hits the 90th day, in the court's discretion at that time, and actually through the statute. If you want to set that now, Judge, we were requesting in position 1 in this case, $161,000 cash bond only, 50,000 on for both aggravated assaults, 25 on the battery families valid. I'm sorry about that. Battery families valid. Can't talk today.
I got you.
On the family violence battery, 10,000 on the firearm, on both firearm offenses, 10,000 on the theft by taking, 1,000 on the criminal trespass to property, and 5,000 on the battery against a female who is pregnant. On position 2, same argument. In your discretion, Judge, if you set a bond, we are requesting 25,000 cash only.
All right.
Unfortunately, he has a history of family violence batteries and violent offenses in these matters. And so I think that recommendation is appropriate. Thank you, Judge.
All right. So this bond will be effective, Mr. Dukes, on Monday.
Okay, Judge.
You can file it on Monday. That is, what's the date is that? What's that date? Monday. Monday would be the 28th. Effective the 28th. All right. So on position 1, ending in 5465, no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no replicas of weapons. Stay away from 2012 Fairburn Road Southwest. No further contact with Christina Calhoun. And you're going to be living on Greenbrier Parkway. You're going to have a 24-hour curfew. The only reason you can leave your house, sir, is court, lawyer, and medical purposes. Court, lawyer, and medical only. 50,000, 50,000, 25,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 1,000, 5,000 cash. Let's see if I've really. Oh, and no further contact with Guy Blackwell. G-U-Y Blackwell. Position 2, ending in 5472. This will also go in effect on the 28th on Monday. So you're still in no bond status till Monday. $25,000, no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no replicas of weapons. Wait a minute, this one happened at 3378 Greenbrier Parkway. Mr. Showalter, this was that incident location.
It's the only address he gave me.
Got another address, sir? Is it in Fulton County? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Nope. All right. So make that other one, add to the first one, stay out of Fulton County. The only reason you come back to Fulton County is court or to see your lawyer. You have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. So this would be stay away from 3378 Greenbrier Parkway Southwest. That ankle monitor is paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. The only reason you leave that is court, lawyers, and medical. Stay out of Fulton County. The only reason you can come back to Fulton County on either case is court or to see your lawyer. And no further contact with Krista Calhoun. $25,000 cash. Best of luck to you, sir. You can leave the booth.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Are you covering for on the last one, Reginald Arnold?
I am, Your Honor.
Are you covering that, Mr. Showalter?
I think I am, unless someone of my colleagues is up here and I don't know anything about.
I'm not covering defense on it. No.
Where's Mr. Surgeon?
He was around today. Yeah, sorry, I don't know.
That's all right. You got his number where you can call him because he's got capital charges, but he's had no bond.
I'm only seeing, let's see, since August 29th. So that we're almost at, what, 60 days or just beyond 60?
Yeah, we can reset this out.
Yeah.
I don't have his cell. No.
Okay. So we could recess this out till that November 21st calendar.
Sounds good to me, Judge.
All right, Mr. Arnold, 24 PI 006263. You're going to remain in no bond status for conspiracy to commit a felony, possession of prohibited items by an inmate, or providing prohibited items to an inmate, conspiracy to commit a felony, another possession of prohibited items by an inmate, or providing prohibited items to an inmate, another conspiracy to commit a felony, and possession of prohibited items by an inmate, or providing prohibited items to an inmate, another conspiracy to commit a felony, and lastly, possession of prohibited items by an inmate, or providing prohibited items to an inmate. You have your capital case, I think, so you're still in no bond status. We'll see you on November the 21st, sir. But he left. He didn't want to hear it. All right. Thank you, Mr. Showalter, for at least trying.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. That's it. Thank you, Mr. Jenkins.
Thank you, Judge. Good to see you again.
All right. You too.
Everyone.